Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Lehigh Valley. I'm Anthony Young. I'm the music director here, and we are delighted you have joined us today. We are happy that you've connected with us, and we're here to see, why have you joined us today? What is your connection? Are you connecting with Spirit, with the universe, with God? Why do we connect? Today we want to look at more that mystery of the connection that we have. What is that? When we are quiet, when we are in silence, when we are joyful, when we are dancing, what is the connection that you have? We're going to ask you to take a moment with me. We're going to join together in prayer. One way we connect with God. This song is called When I Pray. Sing with me, please. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper into my God.
Good morning. Good morning. Can you hear me? Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning to you all. Let us begin in prayer. Gratitude blesses me as the warmth and light of the sun blesses the earth. Gratitude nurtures all that is a blessing in my life and colors my world with beauty and bliss. My grateful mind gives peace to my thoughts, and my grateful heart overflows with love. I show my gratitude through service, sharing, and generosity. As I give from my grateful heart, my blessings can only grow. I am grateful to be one with others in the mind and heart of God. My gratitude fills my heart, my mind, and my life. I am blessed. We are blessed. You are the blessing. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Sandra. You're coming in loud and clear. Great to hear you. Great to have you with us all the way from Virginia. And we're going to be talking about the connection we have with God today, whether it's in silence or whether it's in joy, maybe in dancing. And now we got a song then maybe you can get up and be a little joyful, maybe dance a little bit, get into the groove a little bit. And this is called Swing Wide the Doors. This is by Daniel Nabod. So sing along with me. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. I'm not holding it in anymore. I'm gonna shout it out loud. I understand now what I'm here for and what this life is about. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand, about lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. There's a voice that I've heard for years. I learned to keep it inside. Well, now it's coming in loud and clear. I want a deeper life. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand, about lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine.
Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to Unity of Lehigh Valley. My name is Karen, and I am delighted to be assisting Reverend Sandy Butler, Anthony Young, and Joe Seeger this morning. We are grateful Spirit has led you here through Facebook Live. Our affirmative statements express our Unity denominational statement of belief, as well as the vision and mission of Unity of Lehigh Valley. As I introduce each of our affirmative statements, I invite you to consider joining me in speaking the statement aloud. We hope you also share in the vision and mission for this ministry. What Unity believes. There is only one presence, one power, one activity in my life and in the universe, God the good omnipotence. The vision Unity of Lehigh Valley holds for the world. We co-create an awakened world of peace, harmony, and abundance. The mission that is ours to do. United in love, we provide a positive environment for all people to discover and express their spiritual nature. Yes, we do. And now for the daily word. The word for today is forgiveness. In the affirmation, in the peace of prayer, I release all unforgiveness. And the message reads, if I hold on to feelings of hurt, betrayal, or anger in response to another person's words or actions, I block the flow of divine love and peace in my life. Likewise, holding on to guilt, shame, or embarrassment that may arise when I have hurt another person also keeps me from experiencing divine love and peace. Forgiveness removes all barriers, all obstacles, anything that may be disrupting my experience of the divine presence. In order to forgive myself or another person, I need not justify or approve behavior that is unwelcome. I need only to become willing to forgive. In the peace of prayer, I release all unforgiveness. I feel the healing power of divine love as it dissolves all barriers, all illusion of separation. I forgive and I am healed. And from Matthew chapter 6, verse 12, and forgive us our debts as we also have forgiven our debtors.
And now, it's a great daily word. Thank you, Karen, for sharing that. Really great for what we're talking about today and what we're sharing about today. And we're sharing about connecting with God. And also in that, I'm going to move a little further and ask you to think about how we connect with the world and what is our relationship with the world and our response to our connection with God. And we're going to do something we haven't really done here before at ULV. We've kind of brought this song in a little bit, but I think it's the first time we're actually going to sing the whole thing all by itself as a congregation. So I'd like you to ask you to join me as we sing the song, Imagine. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No greed of greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. Thank you. Thank you for sharing with us. That's a chance to be together. And now, got something extra special for you today, something really exciting. We have all these wonderful singers in our church. You saw a glimpse of some of them last week. And we just have not had a lot of opportunity to be able to get them to come and just share a little bit of themselves. So in the next few weeks coming up, especially once we get into the holiday season, you're going to be seeing quite a bit more of them, hopefully. And maybe not me, but you will be seeing quite a bit more of them. And today, as a preview and as a delight, this person is always one of the best people to have to start off with. Please welcome our blessed gift to this LULV, Joe Seeger.
Thank you, Anthony. I love Imagine. Thank you for singing that. And I don't get out of the house much these days, so I dressed up today. And I'm going to be doing my rendition of Losing My Religion by Lauren Daigle. I've been an actor on a stage, playing a role I had to play. I'm getting tired, it's safe to say, living behind a masquerade. No more performing out of fear. I'm trying to keep my conscience clear. It all seems so insincere. I traded it all to meet you here. I'm losing my religion. I'm losing my religion. Light a match and watch it burn. To your heart I will return. No one can love me like you do. Na 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 na. So why would I want a substitute? I'm losing my religion. I'm losing my religion. I'm losing my religion. I'm losing my religion to find you. I'm losing my religion and finding something new. 'Cause I need something different, and different looks like you. I'm losing my religion and finding something new. 'Cause I need something different, and different looks like you. Oh, I'm losing my religion. I'm losing my religion. I'm losing my religion. I'm losing my religion to find you. To find you. To find you. To find you. You. Thank you, everybody. That was great.
Well, I see myself coming and going, as my mother used to say. Can you hear me? I seem to have trouble hearing myself.
We can hear you.
Hello?
We can hear you.
Oh, good. Thank you, Karen. Good. Sometimes it's not good to hear yourself. First off, let me just say how Anthony and Joe, the music just coincided so wonderfully with what we're going to co-create this morning. And I'm delighted. It couldn't have been better choices. And for those of you that don't know this, I don't have necessarily, other than through email, contact with Anthony or certainly not with Joe. So the selections of songs to be so on point is marvelous. And having said that, I also thank you. And that leads me into this wonderful time of Thanksgiving that we are about to begin. And it is with Thanksgiving that I say to you how grateful I am to be with you here this morning. And I'm also grateful to be with you 2 Sundays in December, thanks to your generosity. And I want to bring to your attention that this next Sunday, the 29th, is the first Sunday in Advent. And I was not sure if you had an Advent program, meaning whether Advent was a part of what you do normally as far as Lehigh Valley is concerned. Having said that, I want to encourage you to consider that. And what does that mean? That goes right into what we're going to speak about and co-create this morning, which is contemplative prayer. And Advent is a time of preparation for Christmas. And there are specific readings, and you can get the booklet if you don't already have it from Unity and Unity Worldwide. And I'm going to, when I speak to you on those 2 Sundays, be speaking from the context of Advent and getting ready, as in preparation through prayer for Christmas, which brings me right back around to today. And what we're going to talk about today is something that I'm not sure that a lot of folks understand, and it's been brought to the forefront over the last 5 years, which is contemplative prayer or a life of contemplation. Because contemplative means to take a long, loving look at something. Some would say it is not a form of prayer. It's actually a way of being in our lives. It's how one lives one's life. And we have been taught that prayer can be an asking and a receiving from God. Contemplation was the type of, if you will, being or way that Jesus exhibited. And what happened over time, actually, very early into Christianity, there was a time when contemplation was the only way of being. There was not prayer as we knew it today. And Jesus taught that it was in the demonstration, it was in the quiet, in the silence, if you will, that you connected and understood your oneness with God. And for some of us, that oneness, I have learned, is like a kind of, oh, I found God in silence. No, you found God in you, and you allowed God to come to you in the silence. That, my friends, is a whole new way of thinking and being, both in life and in your prayer life. And as we move into this time of Thanksgiving and then in Advent and then in celebration, it's a time to reflect on how do you pray? I'm not asking you what your prayer practice is. That's between you and the God of your being. I'm asking you to evaluate that, to look at this life of contemplation and to see, are you taking, when you pray, a time to take a long, loving look at what's real in your life? And that's real with a capital R. That's like when we talk about the difference between truth and facts. Truth is with a capital T. It's the truth. Reality is with a capital R in the instance of taking a long, hard, loving look at your reality, at your God, at how you pray. And what it requires is practice. Ah, yes. It requires practice, and here's why. We are a people, unfortunately or fortunately, depends on your view, that have come from a culture of mind first. Let's honor the mind. Well, what happens with the mind when it's not tethered or in alignment with the heart? It tends to go off, as I like to say, the back 40, and it hands itself over to ego. And there's nothing wrong with ego as long as ego is in service to our souls. And that's where a contemplative type of living, a contemplative life of living, herds, if you will, for lack of a better word, our ego into alignment with the heart. And we learn to live in the moment. It's not an ego driven, wish I would have done that in the past, hope that happens to me in the future. No, when we are contemplating something, you can't be anywhere but in the present moment. So I'm going to give you an example. Some of you are sitting in your homes right now, wherever you are, sitting, standing, whatever, chewing gum, washing the dishes. I would like you to take a long, loving look right here, right now, at who you are and where you are. Did I say what you were doing? No. I said who you are and where you are. And I'm going to encourage you as we move through this time of preparation with Advent coming very close on the heels and Thanksgiving as a bookend to begin this time of preparation and then celebration, to take long, hard looks at who you are and where you are and how you are in the very being of who you are. When I'm talking about the life of contemplation and it being in the moment, one of the things that's the most difficult of this form of being, this contemplation, and remember, I said it's a long, loving look. It's not folded hands. It's not sitting on a prayer cushion. It's not asking God to bless you, your family. That's fine. That is a type of prayer that we practice all the time. A contemplation, if you want to call it contemplative prayer, and some people like to, although remember, contemplation is not prayer. It's a way of being. But when we are in a state of contemplation, we are touching the purity of consciousness. We are touching our own divinity, and we are in alignment with spirit. Why then does this take so much practice? I don't know about you, but it takes practice for me because I have these things called thoughts in and out constantly. Just when I think I'm very close to being one with spirit, in the silence, a thought comes through. And so here is something that I have learned from the study of the heart-centered prayer. And I'm going to show you this book. I like to show you the books that I use for the talks. This is by a wonderful person called Cynthia Bourgeol, and I recommend it to you for your library. And what Cynthia says is, in order to quiet these thoughts and get them back in line, if you will, in the alignment of the silence, you need a word. It's not a mantra. You don't say it a million times. It's kind of like this old string thing you put on your finger to remind you of something. So this word comes to you, and it will come to you once you start to focus. And it usually comes in prayer. It can be 2 words, but no more. And it should be something like love or peace. You don't have to think very hard on this. In fact, you don't think at all on this. It comes from your heart. And when you have a stray thought or a not so stray thought, you simply say this word. And it tells the thought to get in line because you are focusing on the presence of God. Jesus used the phrase, or we found it in the Bible. I don't know that Jesus actually said it, but I say it a lot as my kind of word to get these stray thoughts in alignment. And it's get thee behind me. I am here affirming the crooked way and making it straight. Now that's a lot more than 1 or 2 words, but it seems to work for me. yours will work for you too. So, what am I saying? I'm saying that when you live a life of contemplation, you don't necessarily have to sit, as we know it, in a prayerful state. What you are mindful of is a quiet mind, a peaceful heart working together in a long, loving look at who you are and where you are and how you are in your life. If you are in the midst of excitement, chaos, anxiousness, as we might have been, I certainly was just before getting on here and having a chat with you, as I like to call these talks. Yeah, there's a certain amount of, ooh. And I'm asking you to come always to life in a contemplative way of being. And why is that so important? Because when we are in contemplation, we have no need to win. There is no right or wrong. And with a mind like we have had in our culture, which has brought forth times like we're in right now, times of strife, times of anger, it's because our minds ask us to be in one camp or another, right or wrong, left or right, woman or man. A contemplative life says there is no left and right in reality. Capital R now, there is only oneness in the moment. When we walk with God, there is oneness. And we look at life with no need to win, except just to be with the indwelling spirit. And that, my friends, when we come from that higher level of consciousness, that oneness, that contemplation, that long, loving look at our lives, we then become effective change agents in a world right now that is virtually screaming for assistance. When we have a division and we are in a divide, we are in a divide because we ourselves are divided. And I'm asking you to take a look at that. There's no good, there's no bad in any of that. It's the way that we have come about this. And you may say, but this is, such a long time we've been praying in a certain way. And I say to you, yes, continue to pray in that way. But I'm also asking you to consider a higher level of consciousness in your prayer work. And I'm putting you on the spot because you've got the focus right now of Advent and then Christmas. And in that focus, I'm asking you to try this contemplative way of being in your life. This is a golden opportunity, if you will, to bring back and be the time and the type of way that Jesus walked. You see, what happened was, I guess it was early on in Christianity, people needed words for their prayers, or they said they did. They didn't like the silence so much. They wanted words. They wanted to speak what they needed. And so a type of verbiage was developed called prayer. And you remember the disciples even came to Jesus and said, give us a prayer, will you please? And hence we have our Father. Or so the story goes. Jesus was a man of contemplation. And since we in Unity work with the teachings of Jesus, remember, not the man Jesus, but the teachings of Jesus, contemplative way of living is the way that Jesus lived. So I'm bringing that to you because that may be for some of you new news. That may be like, I didn't know that. I didn't quite understand that. And here's the other part that I'm hoping you'll understand about contemplative prayer. It is a co-creation. It is allowing Spirit to work through you. It's not asking God for anything. It's not reaching out for anything. It's you being quiet, contemplative in both the silence and the joy of life. And that's what I meant when I put my talk title as The Sound of Silence. Silence in and of itself, in its purity, can be almost thunderous in the insights that we get when we contemplate. We look for answers. Sometimes we look outside ourselves. We talk a lot about that. Sometimes we hand the answers over to ego and let ego figure out what is going to happen in my life. Contemplation says, whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop with the looking outside. Stop with allowing ego to come up with the answers, and know in your very soul, you are divine. You have God within if you but trust and allow. And the best way I know of that I have rediscovered is contemplation, is taking that long, loving look at both myself, my world, and how I live my life. And from there, moving forward in the dance of life with the necessary, if you will, contemplative answers to my most heartfelt prayers. And I'm bringing this to you because I think that this is something that has not made the front page of some of our teachings. And I want to bring it to the forefront. I am not the first. Contemplative prayer was in the time of Jesus, and it has been held on to by the mystics over time. You know of many, probably monks and priests, that talk about contemplation. There are whole orders of the priesthood devoted, and mystical Christians, to contemplative way of life. Monks, priests, friars. And one of those friars is the Reverend Richard Rohr. I think some of you may be very familiar with his work, and a lot of what I've spoken to you about this morning is based on his work. His last name is R-O-H-R. I encourage you, he has written many volumes on contemplation, heart-centering prayer, and why the world needs this right now, why we need to bring that to the forefront, or the front page, as I like to call it, of the way we live our lives. It is a call for oneness. It is a call that says, I do not see separation. I will not be of separation. I will be in the oneness with spirit. And it is that oneness, I will be an effective change agent in this world of separation right now. And I will be the sound of silence in my world through my demonstration of a loving heart, of a way of being that is joy-filled, that is courageous, that is kind, and is steadfast in the truth of who we are in this present moment, here and now. We are not parts, we are whole. And in our wholeness, we see through the eyes of God. And that's taking a long, loving look in contemplation as to how we live our lives. And so with those words, with those ideas, with those concepts, I ask you in this time of Advent that is coming, in this time of Christmas, to contemplate, to take that look in the silence and in the dance of life, not just in the silence, but the silence in the dance of life. That means 24/7. That means try it, practice it. It is, as I like to say, your homework and my challenge to you. And so we'll take all of these concepts that we have co-created, that we have put together here, and we will bring them into our meditation. So please, I ask you to close your eyes if that's what's comfortable for you, and to do this. As you move into meditation, I ask you to take one hand and simply contemplate, as I speak, that hand. Give thanks for it. See it in its totality. See it. Experience it. Take one long, thankful, loving look at the hand of God. In the stillness of my heart, I turn within. In my heart, I know my oneness with the divine. In my heart, I fear nothing, want nothing, lack nothing. In my heart, I rest in the awareness of God's unyielding presence, and I take pleasure in our communion. My soul is the divine. My higher self is my access to God, the Christ in me. I am an opening for God on the earth, and I let divine light and love flow through me into the world. I surrender to this knowing, to this purpose, and to the blessings that flood my being as I allow the flow of spirit in and through me now. We give thanks, we are blessed, and we are the blessing. Thanks be to God. Alleluia. Amen.
Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I couldn't see Bill giving me the wave. Okay. Now is the time in our service when we have the opportunity to share our gifts of love. We know that money is simply one more channel for the energy of God's good to flow in and through us. We gratefully accept these generous gifts, and we bless the gift and the giver without knowing how Spirit uses us to bless this ministry and the world. So we bless the gifts we hold in our hands by affirming together, the activity of Spirit through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. The core value we celebrate for the month of November is abundance. As grateful channels for the free flow of God's good, there is always more than enough for us to be, to have, and to give. Our prayer chaplains continue to be active while we are social distancing and not able to gather together. Whether you have a joy to multiply or a sorrow to divide, our prayer chaplains join you in prayer. Feel free to reach out to your prayer chaplain, and if you're not sure who your prayer chaplain is, please contact me in the office. Our gratitudes for today. Thank you to Reverend Sandy for her inspiring talk today. It's always such a pleasure to have her come in and join us on a Sunday morning. Thank you to Joe Seeger for her incredible singing today. And thank you to Bill Gastinger because he's now figured out a way to bring Reverend Sandy back in during our peace song so that she can join with us. Thank you, Bill. If you are grateful for something about ULV or you have something you'd like to celebrate and you'd like to see it in the weekly email, just send a note to the office by Tuesday of each week. Join your fellow congregants today after the service for some cyber fellowship with a meet and greet with Reverend Sandy. Can't wait. As our transitional consultant working closely with the board, Reverend Sandy has been a huge support to ULV, and we are so very grateful for her leadership. Reverend Sandy is really looking forward to meeting everyone, so please join us. The Zoom link was provided on Wednesday in our weekly email, and that will start at 11:30 this morning. Please join us next Sunday, November 29th, as we welcome David Roth as our guest speaker and musician. David will be bringing us a sermon and song entitled, "There's More to Thanksgiving Than Giving Thanks." David will also appear through Zoom, just as Reverend Sandy is remotely. We're grateful for technology. Unity of Lehigh Valley continues to incur routine bills even while we are not meeting in our sanctuary. Your continued gifts assure the ongoing work that we do and maintaining our building to return to. There is a donate button on the top navigation bar of our website where you can pay through PayPal. Of course, you can mail checks directly to the church at Unity of Lehigh Valley, 26 North 3rd Street, Emmaus, Pennsylvania, 18049. Or you can set up a weekly or monthly payment directly from your bank. Please contact me in the office if you have questions about how to get your donation to the church. We are grateful for your continued giving. The business of the church doesn't stop because we're online, so just a reminder that your donations really do help us to maintain our building and to pay staff. Are you looking for more connection during this time? Rick Stober is inviting you to join him on Zoom for a daily coherence call, 11:30 every morning. Feel free to join once a week or every day. Details on how to join the meeting are in our weekly email. We are now allowing 4 to 5 congregants into our sanctuary for our Sunday services as we transition slowly into reopening Unity of Lehigh Valley. If you would like to attend in person, please call me in the office at 610-965-3036, option 1, or email me at unitylv@rcn.com to reserve your seat. Reservations are necessary and will be on a first-come, first-served basis. Masks and 6-foot social distancing are also required. As a reminder, you can find all of our archived live stream services on our website or our YouTube channel. Our website is unityoflehighvalley.org. You can also subscribe to our weekly Wednesday email directly from our website. We invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Membership renewals went out in the U.S. mail last Wednesday. Our bylaws require yearly renewal of membership. Please complete the renewal form and return to Unity of Lehigh Valley either by U.S. mail, fax to 610-965-1100, or scan and email to unitylv@rcn.com. If you have questions about your renewal or you did not receive your renewal, please contact me in the office. For those of you who are watching that are new to Unity of Lehigh Valley, and there are quite a few, our senior minister retired after 11 years in May. We are in the midst of seeking our new permanent senior minister. So now is our time to come together as a congregation in mind and soul. In affirming our right and perfect minister will appear to us easily. Each week we will state this affirmation. I invite you to speak it aloud with me this morning and to keep it available to you during the week. It is also in our weekly Wednesday email. We all know that thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. So let's speak this affirmation aloud together. Filled with the spirit of divine love and wisdom, we are guided and directed in our thoughts, our words, and our actions as we move towards the employment of the right minister for the highest good of this ministry. And so it is. Thank you, God. I hope you all have an incredible week, and I'll see you at the meet and greet with Reverend Sandy at 11:30.
Yes. Right. Yes, we're looking forward to that chance to get a chance to talk to Reverend Sandy. If you're, interested in being part of the church and want to get a chance to talk to our transitional consultant and see where her thoughts are, and a chance for her to hear you and to know more us deeper, we ask you to join us for that Zoom meeting that starts at 11:30. You got like 35 minutes or so from what I can see. Okay, so we've learned to be connected. We're growing deeper into that connection. You're getting more ways to connect. Are you getting it? Are you reaching that? Are we connecting? We are here to connect together because we are always connected together in our hearts, in our spirits, in our thoughts, in our minds. And we ask you just to confirm that connection today. We're going to ask you just to kind of mentally reach out, if you will, spiritually, and just make that connection. And join us as we sing our peace song. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enthralls us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. May peace prevail in the hearts and minds of all beings. And so it is. Amen. Namaste.